All my diamonds shine, cause they really diamonds. Bad bitches in line, they be really trying. They ask me if I'm high, I say really, really. Got money on my
Welcome to another edition of The Truth. I'm your moderator, International City Boy Cole, joined by co-host Young Cuzzo, also known as 29 Savage.
What's happening?
Also joined by my main money, H Money Moolah.
It's showtime.
And joined by my partner, fellow Wide Jacket Pride, fellow Bulldog, fellow Northwestern Deacon Demon. My main man, Cool, what's happening?
What up, man?
Hey, man, I gave you your exciting ass intro, man. I don't know dry ass what's happening, man. What's wrong with you? Nigga,
Go Yellow Jacket.
What'd you say?
Go Yellow Jacket.
And Bulldog, BMLS.
They cut shit out you at BMLS. I couldn't go yet, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
First topic. Have men and women fears today destroyed the future of others to have stable relationships? That's my main man, Coop topic. He gonna start off. What you got, Coop?
Hey, shit, it's an interesting topic that I was thinking about because we are in a society today where we do have a lot of fears, and we've been, I think now you see more, just as many single parent homes as you ever saw, and I just was wondering, we're in the age of women saying that they're independent, and everybody being their own so-called made man or made woman. So I'm thinking now, like, are we getting away from relationships? Everybody really just content with the aspect of, like, I'm happy by myself and I don't really need no man or no woman to come along for me to see myself being a successful person, because a lot of people now define success as they individual success. Everybody's not looking now to just, populate and just have families. Nobody's looking for, like, hey, man, I'm just looking for the wife, or I'm just looking for the husband. A lot of people are, satisfied with doing that because I think, too, what society has going on and what social media has happened, like, nobody's really lonely now. Like, people say they're lonely, but you have, like, 24-hour access to people at your disposal, from dating apps to social media to, like, whatever you want to do. So it made me just think now, like, are we going to start seeing a trend now where we're going to see people not as high on marriages? People now just more comfortable with being single and just looking at life like, hey, I'm content with being single because I make so blah, 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 blah money now, and I don't really need no family. I'm cool with just being by myself. So I just wondered, like, is this going to be a steady trend as we continue to get older? Is this going to be stuff that our kids and our kids' kids take it to a whole nother level? Because we've talked about the growing divorce rate on other shows of how much people are getting divorced, and we should have probably just looked at the study, are those people even remarrying? Because some of the instances that I know, those people are not remarrying. A lot of those people are content with just now, like, hey, man, I feel like I'm just better off by myself. So it just made me conjure, like, hey, man, is this a rabbit hole that we're going to continue to go down, and it's going to get deeper and deeper?
All right. Ace Money, what you got?
I don't think it's like tarnished, like people wanting to be together or anything like that. Coop made some real good points where, we are in an age where, people do want to be more independent, and it's not solely about, just trying to have a family and things of that nature. Everybody feel like they can do everything on their own. But then, they're going to reach a point where they want somebody there. Like, they're going to need somebody there. So, like, I don't think it's more of us getting away from the trend of, like, people wanting families or wanting to be married or things of that nature. Like, just like we done talked about, on several shows, like, people do choose to get married, a little bit too soon. Like, they go off of that moment, or even when they get married, they're not really thinking about everything that goes into marriage. They just thinking about everything at that moment. But I don't think it's going to, like, hurt, like, people wanting to have families or to be married or anything like that. Because, the tradition of that isn't going to change. I think that's just going to be something that's going to be filtered in, majority to women. as far as like, you know, having that fairy tale and things of that nature. Like stuff like that isn't going to change. Yeah, we are in an age where, you know, women are more independent. They definitely don't mind voicing their independence, but even those strong, independent women wish they had a nigga at home at the end of the day. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you do got a good point, whereas would this be a trend for the future? But I don't think it'll be a trend. I do think that one thing that will stay the same is the high divorce rate. Because just like we've stated, like people just look at marriage of, you know, hey, we're finna take these pictures, we're finna have this ceremony, like everything is just finna be total bliss, and they just think it's gonna be this fairy tale off of TV. But marriage is work, man. And when you don't have two people that's just willing to put in their work and to just sit there and understand, like, hey, man, this is something that we signed up for and we're gonna have to deal with, then yeah, you are going to keep seeing an increase in the divorce rate. So I think that divorce rate will probably stay high, but you're still going to have people that's still looking for or forward to actually having a family or trying to find that one person to just grow old with and things of that nature. So I don't think it's going to hurt it too much. But I was saying that Coop do got some great points. Because like we see a lot of stuff on social media. We see a lot more women pushing independence and all of this and all of that. But that's why I say I just also know on the flip side, like them same women that be sitting up there saying they're just so independent and all of this and all of that, like they also wishing that they had somebody at home. And vice versa. Like niggas is the same way. So that's why I say I just think like to me social media is just like a little facade. Like they just put what they want on there, what they want people to believe, but like when you really get around those people, like you really kind of find out it's a completely different ball game. Now I said, like I know several people like on social media, they one person, but shit, like I know you in real life. Like you ain't nowhere near half the shit you talk about on social media. And that's for men and women.
I'm thugging on social media and thugging in real life.
Let me ask you a question though, Harry. You don't think that I'm just, you know, this is just my thoughts and my hypothesis. You don't think that people seeing the increase of the divorce rate and seeing men and women saying like you see scenarios where you losing money, time and money, where some people now won't discourage some people from getting married, where they just be like, you know what, just fuck it.
Yeah, I already told here we going there having to pay $100,000, $1.2 million per year.
Yeah, Coop, to your point, I mean, like, yeah, it is like a scary topic. You know, it is, you know, like something that, you know, you definitely have on your head, like, damn, you know, you want everything to work out best, but I mean, shit, if it don't at the end of the day, like, then what? But then that's where your decision making has to come into factor. Like, that's where you knowing the other person has to come into factor. Like, that's where both of you guys agreeing, like, hey, man, is this some shit that we really gonna do? And that's why I say, like, I'm just not gonna put a lot of shit on the females when it comes to this aspect, because you got niggas that just jump in and do that shit, get married because they old lady want to get married, or they just feel like they got kids and it's time to settle down. Like, nah, dog, get married for the right reason. Don't get married for the wrong reason.
I heard somebody say they feel like they owed it to them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get married for the wrong reason, because if you do that shit, like, see, cool, in instance like that, like, to me, like, that shit is just destined to fail. Like, you're not doing that shit because you want to. You're just doing it because you feel like you have to. Like, that's why I say that's where it goes back to.
Sometimes it fails even when you're doing what you want to, or even when you're in love, because a lot of times that shit be
that spur of the moment shit.
Not even the spur of the moment. You can be in love with someone, but shit changes.
Yeah, like shit does change.
Yeah, because the shit is more so from my understanding, it's more of a financial partnership. You know what I'm saying? And if one of the partners are not holding up their end of the bargain, you've seen not only just for infidelity, but other than infidelity, the leading cause of divorces, marriage failing, is because of financials. So people don't want to look at it that way or make it seem like, you know, that shit forbidden and all that other shit. Nah, fuck all that. If you would sit up here and ask me what my credit score is on the first date and all this other shit, man, we need to talk about these finances. We need to talk about all this debt you got, all this debt I got.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Whereas two people like really know what they getting into. Like, we also know, like, yeah, people done been together for a long time. But, like, just like you said, like, they ain't really even looking at the finance part. Then they get married, and then they want to pay attention to the shit. But at that time, hell, it's too fucking late. That's some shit you should have, like...
Yeah, nigga, credit score 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's some shit you should have, like, been looking into and stuff like that. That's why I said, like, people need to communicate better. People need to make better choices. Like, you need to understand
Ain't money on their ass right here.
Nah, but for real, like, you have to understand what the fuck you getting into, man. When
Clown.
you say you want to fucking marry somebody, like, you taking that person for better or for fucking worse. And they worse may be pretty fucking bad, but that's some shit you signed up for. It's some shit you chose to deal with.
How you feel it when they say it's too bad and they ain't sign up for that shit?
Then we have, I don't
How you feel about that? So you don't feel like it ever can be too bad?
I don't believe it, because you know what you're signing up for. But that's people not understanding what the fuck you going into when you get married.
Yeah, I'm saying, say you didn't ask all the right questions,
then
right?
that's on you though.
No,
that's
I get it.
On you.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm just saying, but for the people that I ain't fucking with you with your credit score being 400. I ain't know how bad your debt was. I ain't know how bad you were with money.
But my whole thing, like, do you love that person enough to try to make it better? See, like, that's where, like, I feel like you would change the conversation, like, or, like, I feel like it can come off where, like, your intentions was just fucking horrible.
Yeah, but
like,
sometimes
like,
love ain't enough, cuz.
Yeah, I understand love. Like, yeah, we done all said that, like, love ain't enough, but even in those cases, though, like, you still have to sit back and be like, well, damn, like, what did I do to help her? Okay, like, now that I know this shit, so I just find this out, I'm just gonna pick up and run?
No, I'm saying, like, what if you try to stick through it and this shit just ain't working?
No, like if you try to listen,
if
you try to stick through it, if you trying to help, if you coming up with scenarios and like the shit just ain't getting better, and then at that point, that's just a decision that you guys have to make. So but there's a lot of people that will like, hey, they don't even put the foot forward though. They don't put the foot forward. Like they just find that shit out. Oh hell no, that's some shit I ain't finna deal with. Like damn, cuz like you ain't dog. Like some shit can be worked out. But that's the thing. No, not everything can be worked out, but a lot of things can be worked out.
But I'm saying you gotta think. Some people cheating is a deal breaker.
Understandable.
Like for example, with you, cheating is a deal breaker.
Understandable.
But for her, cheating may not be a deal breaker.
Understandable.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Like you got deal breakers because you can't determine nobody else deal breaker.
No, I know I can't determine nobody else deal breaker, but I feel like you owe a thing to like somewhat kind of try. Like try to put your best effort. Put your best foot. Like dog, like you know what? Both y'all in that ring could like fuck dog fight. Like don't just be so quick to just throw them fucking gloves down. Like cuz like on the cool, like just real nigga shit, dog. Like if my wife was to cheat,
don't do
like
it.
I talk like real nigga shit. Like I talk a lot of shit, but like dog, I really have to sit there though.
You have to think about
it. I have to think about that shit. Like, damn dog, like what did I do? Like, did I push her towards that shit? Not sitting up there saying it would sway my decision.
Or.
But like, I would have to have a real moment with myself.
Or did I have this coming?
Yeah, like for real, like, I have to have a moment with myself. Like you would have to.
I tried to tell you that shit, but you was like,
but I'm still gonna make the choice that I'm gonna make.
I get it, but I'm saying,
I'm still making that.
But you remember I tried. I tried to you like, man, fuck that shit. No,
you did.
I'm like, no, cuz.
The brother for growth.
You did.
I am. This what you mean? I'm with Ace Money. I'm with Ace Money Moolah.
I'm telling you what you told him, cuz that's the man for his growth, bro.
Man, you don't tell me how to do this.
Like for real. But like Coop.
Man, applaud that man,
but no, Coop do make like a real good ass point.
Wave me off.
Like Coop make a good ass point. Like the way like people are dog. Social media is the biggest addictive drug. Like honestly and truthfully.
Straight up, that's real. Though.
Like it is. They try to mimic a lot of shit on social media.
Let me see. Let me clarify.
Yeah, you ever say we hate social media.
Let me clarify.
Yeah, we not gonna do that. Hey, we send each other too much shit. You can sit up here and say that.
That's why I said let me clarify. Let me clarify. My apologies. I think the wording of that.
You know what? You was just in that moment.
Came out completely wrong. I hate it for me to put my shit on there.
Yeah.
But for me looking at other people's shit,
you don't hate that shit.
I love that shit. That shit get a nigga lost for like hours.
Hey, for real, cuz.
Where the fuck all these bros at, man? The fuck? Where the fuck all these bros come from? I said, man, I ain't even know this bro existed.
Like, straight up.
Bitch got 900,000 flowers. Hold on, man.
Let me be another one. Follow.
This nigga crazy as motherfucker.
For me, put my shit on there. Like, I don't.
But for y'all.
Yeah, but if you put your shit on there, I check that shit out. But as far as just me putting my motherfucking personal life and where I'm going, who I'm going with, what I'm doing, man, fuck
But you have a lot of people.
But people do that shit for life.
Yeah, what I'm saying, they do that shit for life. They do that shit like they want to be in the it crowd, like they want to be talked about, they want to be discussed, like they give a fuck about.
They start seeing people.
What they
started taking selfies. Man, listen here, man, don't do all that shit. Don't nobody need all that shit. Don't nobody need no approval from no motherfucking body, man.
Shit.
That's what it is.
Doing all that shit for man.
But I was like, but Coop do got a good ass point though, because like social media is heavy as fuck. Like it really is.
That shit the devil, man. I gotta watch that shit when I get up in the morning though.
Straight up.
Cause have men and women fears today destroyed the future?
I think it's on that road. I think that's a great question. I definitely think we're on the road to seeing it being destroyed. And I think we're on the road to seeing it being destroyed because for the most part, women are the ones who want to be in relationships, not necessarily men. And I think women are in a position now to where they can just tell a nigga to fuck off. Because a lot of reasons why women wanted to be in relationships back in the day was because they wanted financial security. Well, women are now more prone to having more opportunities and, excuse me, more the availability for them to succeed financially is more prevalent now than ever. So they're at the point to where they can really, really pick and choose on who they decide to give that time to. And the butt ain't coming with it, ain't no second and third chance. You get the fuck on. I'm good by myself. I've been doing it by myself for this long. I'm gonna keep doing it by myself. You know what I'm saying? To more as the expectation may be higher. Well, there may be more boxes that a man has to check off versus it being 10, 15 years ago. I think Coop and Harold brought up some really, really good points, and that social media point was a really good one because, like Harold said, people, well, like you said as well, people post everything, their food, where they at, who they with, what they just purchased, how much it cost. All for
well, I mean, who I'm with.
Yeah, all for like you said, likes and attention and things of that nature. And just because I don't understand it don't mean it's wrong. But like, you know, it ain't that knocking too much get with my damn self, but people do that stuff for the public, you know what I'm saying? For, like you said, public approval, people whom you don't know. So I think that plays a big role into it. I think when you see people, because again, I said before, a lot of people don't have the free will to think for themselves. So if there's a person of stature or a certain status who pushes the single life or not having to deal with nobody's shit or the single life is the way to go, some people will adopt that way of thinking and not be in the same situation as that person who's saying that. Some people, and I don't mean to add any type of ambiguity to the question, but some people want to be wanted by somebody. Some people want to be in relationships. Some people are male or female dependent. Excuse me. So for those people, this question doesn't apply. But I do think we're headed down that road simply because people are sensationalizing being single. Like I say all the time, you know, male bashing reaches an all-time high every day on social media.
Every fucking day.
It exceeds what it was the day before. Men are starting to come out showing their distaste for this type of woman and that type of woman, and you know, it seems like nobody can get on one accord, and one person isn't speaking for XYZ person or X amount of people, but you see the likes, you see the comments, people are amening what this woman is saying, what that man is saying. So if we aren't there yet, and you all spoke about the divorce rate, I think that's another topic that ties well into this question, because I think why people were getting divorced now aren't why people were getting divorced back then. I think the reasoning is vastly different. I think back then there was a lot of irreconcilable differences versus now there's a lot of financial differences or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I think infidelity plays a part in both. I also think when you look at the divorce rate being higher than what it was back then, you know, our grandmothers and grandfathers dealt with a different beast. Grandma put up with a whole lot of shit.
Oh God.
And then I think now when you add that women ain't shit now more than ever, you're going to have a high divorce rate. I think also to the tie to that question is people just ain't shit at such high rates now. A lot of people are learning from mistakes. So you have to add the age factor into this versus when, like you mentioned, Harold, getting married sooner rather than later, getting married earlier rather than at a ripe age of 30 plus or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, you got the females that push that shit.
Yeah,
like they have a clock on when they want certain shit to be done, and I just don't think they just give each other time to like grow. to like change, like to mature.
You have to understand when you are 25, you don't know that you're not going to be the same woman at 25 as you would be at 35. So you can't. I don't want to say you can't fall for a person for not knowing the unknown, but you know when you're 25, you think you got it all figured out and you want what you want, and you think the white picket fence with the 2-car garage and a nice home with the 2 kids and the husband is what you want. When in all actuality, I'm not saying it's what you want. It just might not be what's best for you at that time because you can grow apart from a person. It's not just y'all don't get along. Y'all probably just end up becoming who you really want to be in this world. Meaning,
I don't know though, man. But because I think that, or I think what a lot of people get caught up in, man, like they look at like the old person. Like I've known people that like been together for like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, but like they was just girlfriend, boyfriend, and then like they get married, and it's kind of like, man, I can't even stand this motherfucker. Like I just don't, but like I don't think they look at it like, bro, like you dealing with a different person. Like you have to, like you gotta look at them different. Like she not your girlfriend, she not your baby mother. Like dog, like she's your wife now. Like you like your view of her like has to change.
I think that happens because when people marry, they change. When people get married, they change. And I don't think it's more so, well, she's not your girlfriend anymore. And you're looking at her. You're not looking at her as your wife. I think when people get married, I've seen with my own 2 eyes, they change, male and female. Yeah. And it's kind of hard to adapt to that new person. It's kind of hard to accept them because 2 months ago,
But see, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they looking at, like, who they used to be or, like, when we first started talking.
No, I mean, they changed for the worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, it ain't that I can't stand this motherfucker. It's just that, hey, you ain't helping your part of the goddamn deal. You were not the same person I married. You were not the same person who I fell in love with. So you can't fault that person.
No, I'm
for
not
being
faulting
able
them,
to
but I'm not saying that like I sit up here and fault them, but like as we all done sit up here and agree, because like people change all the time. So like in a female aspect, like dog, she sees herself different now. Like she feel like some of them feel like, well, that's why I say some. Some feel like they have to move different, like they have to react different. Like I guess like somewhat of an expectation is more now that you guys are actually one. And I think like from a man's perspective, like that shit is changing because they are looking at, or it's overwhelming for them because they are looking at who they had. Like they're not looking at like, hey bro, like this is my wife, like this is my equal. And I feel like,
but men change in the same
and that's what I'm saying. Like men change in the same. Like when people are married, like you're not marrying like who y'all was when y'all first started talking. Like y'all are going to change. Like the way y'all see things are going to change. I feel like people, or just people in marriage in general, need to do a better job of like
But wait a minute, change for what? Like what?
Like certain shit, like dog, shit changes. like that shit changed, bro.
What changed though? Like, listen, if I fell in love with this person, like, this is the person who I proposed to, how did that person
the way a woman acts change? Like honestly and truthfully, you have. I'm telling you, like that shit.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying why should that be accepted?
Am I lying, bro?
Let's not ask him. He don't know. Let's not ask him.
Shit changes, cuz. Like they just feel like they can move different. Like they feel. You know what? I'm just like, oh no, listen.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying why in the hell should that be accepted?
No, I'm not saying that it should be accepted. What I'm saying is like it should be somewhat of an understanding or somewhat of an understanding because like just like I know I'm a change.
What change for fucking what?
Like shit change. Like bro, like you move different. Like you think different. Like some shit that didn't agitate you prior, like it may agitate you because you should be like, you know what? I shouldn't be dealing with this shit from my wife. Like I'll probably deal with it when we girlfriend, but like I shouldn't be dealing with this shit because like you my wife.
Like what? For example?
Yeah, please give me.
Like let's just say, like it could really just be on the group. Like, this is just some tedious shit. This is not from me, but this from like actually like couples that like I've been around. Like it would be that. Like, I guess, like, when they was just staying together and shit like that, let's just say, like, the woman would clean up maybe, like, once or twice a week. Like, shit just wasn't as dirty or anything like that. But then, like, they get married, they move into a house. Like, shit, the man expectation would be like, shit, you my wife. Like, this bitch need to be spotless every day. Like, that wasn't the same kind of thought process y'all had when y'all was just girlfriend, boyfriend.
But why would they change?
Some that's why I say a man, like, the expectations change. Like, when he, like, get a wife, like, you know what, shit, I expect you to deal with this shit. Like,
I think when you dating someone and y'all headed toward that marriage point, I think the expectation at that point it's being set as far as like, hey, like I don't expect you to cook every day, but maybe 3 or 4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Like if you need to be doing this shit, but like you need to be showing these traits before we get there. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. But Clark, we didn't all say like a lot of times that conversation don't happen.
Yeah, but I'm saying for
a lot of times that conversation don't
from
happen.
From my thought process, the people that I know, including myself, as far as when they took that step, they were staying with that person.
Yeah.
So I don't know many people that stayed separate and then got married and then moved together. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's just a false expectation in, brother. If you were saying that, like, let's use the example John gave. When we were staying together before we got married, you cooked once a week. Then all of a sudden, just because you signed some papers, I expect you to cook 3 to 4 times a week. Like, that's on Buddy.
Yeah,
that ain't her damn problem.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Or like you the example you gave when Buddy said he expected the house to be spotless. If the house was spotless before we got married,
I'm not saying, I'm not saying that it's on the female, but what I'm saying is like a lot of times like expectations change.
I mean, I get
and now what, but like, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because like, because a lot of times, like, I'm giving a perspective from like conversations that I've had, and that shit even made me firmly believe like the shit that we've all said, like that conversation doesn't happen prior to, and it's kind of just like we get in this shit. Oh well, shit. This what I expect from you. Like, nah, dog, that should have happened like a while ago.
Like I get people, like I get your point to as far as the point where like for example, like women, like if you go hang out with your partners, it may not be a bigger deal when y'all just dating ahead to that
point.
But
then when you get married, she just wants you at home all the time.
Yeah,
or she just be like, well, hell nah, tell them come over here. Like, nah, cuz I just want to go over there. Like, I've been doing this shit.
I've seen shit like that transpire. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you doing shit. But a lot of it, like, I'd rather the conversation should be had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like a lot of times, just like we've said, like that conversation just really doesn't happen. And that's why I'm saying, like, they going into this shit one way and they're like, oh, should we get married? Oh, okay, well, shit, I want some shit to change. So that's what I'm saying. Like for some people, the expectation changes once they get married, and that's why I say I think that's wrong on both parties because that's some shit that should have been told up front.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, conversation definitely need to be had, man. So I agree with you. I think people do change a lot of times when they get that ring, male and female, as it relates to their views or their expectations. What they want you to do. You married now, you can't do that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And then you be like, well, hold on now. And then that's why people be like kind of taken aback by the shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So that shit does happen. Even how crazy it does sound when you say it, that shit does happen. We got another question from my man. This one here came from Cuzzo.
Keep my name out of this, though.
How much do men contribute to a women not being shit? Came from Cuzzo. How much do men contribute to women not being shit? H money.
A lot.
What's a lot? What's the percentage?
They put that number on it, boy. He back into a corner there. No way once you put that number on. He would have paid Paul his motherfucking table on your ass.
No, I ain't.
I ain't nigga here gonna try to put that hand on the table.
You been doing good.
So you trying to tell me?
You get his number after you produce this tough ass number.
You know what? I'll probably say between like 60-70%.
Check it out, bro. Go ahead. You write it down. Go check it out.
Okay, go ahead.
No, don't go ahead.
What you mean? I'm just saying. It's a question, man.
67.
67. Let's do a 65. Be in the middle.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
I got it. What was the number you gave?
65.
So I'm around up to 70. So out of all the people who ain't shit, 70% of it is man fault.
Probably so.
Probably so.
Go ahead. I ain't got that. It was your raise. Shit, that's your shit. This is your topic. Shit, you need to drill down.
I got nothing for it.
Shit.
So you trying to tell me I lied? You got something for it?
Yeah, I do it.
So you trying to tell me?
Yes, sir. Cause I ain't buying that shit.
What is it for? 2 weeks ago we had the ladies on the lifestyle 11 on the show.
You already know it.
And your number was what? 94, 95%?
Exactly what it was. Upper 90s.
Men
So-
play every part.
So only a quarter of them just ain't shit. Rounding up, only roughly a quarter of them just naturally ain't shit.
Yeah.
Men
The
made
other
that way.
3/4s,
Men made that way.
the other 3/4s is our fault.
Yeah. Cause we ain't shit.
And you put them through that shit.
And we put them through shit.
Trial and tribulation.
Just because.
Say, man, boy about to get topped off today.
You better know it.
Real deal.
Like straight up.
You finna get some good
Like
fat
dog,
man.
young me was like fucking savage as fuck. Like I know females to this day, they'll be like, bro, like you really fucked me up. And I'll be like, damn.
They just talking.
Yeah. It's easy to pass the buck.
It is.
It's easy to
Like
pass
I
somebody.
got hit the story and won the lives, man.
I've destroyed a few, too. I'm not proud of that shit either, folks, but I've destroyed a few.
Hey, listen, man.
I can't subscribe to that. Ain't subscribe to nobody like. Go ahead, Harry.
Hey man, we the truth, bro.
Y'all niggas show off today, boy.
I'm just gonna tell her how it
Y'all
is.
niggas show off today, boy.
I'm gonna tell her how it is.
Go
Like
ahead.
shit, dog, we not
No,
shit.
you're not.
Niggas play a lot of games, cuz. Niggas expect some females to just sit there and take that shit and deal with all of that shit.
Nigga,
And then when they finally over with, girl, like straight up, like what the fuck did the woman
Y'all
got?
top dog nigga, fuck get top. She said that nigga go do it for you,
Nigga coming with this bullshit. No goddamn way that shit right here, man. Hell wrong with you, man.
She took good care of your motherfucker.
Nigga coming with that bullshit. That nigga about to go for that shit.
I'm like, no, sir. Nah, nigga, we not. No, sir. Come on with the truth. Come on, tell the truth now.
65, girl.
He say we ain't shit. Whoa, buddy, what's
I'm
going on?
about to ask you that
Nigga
shit.
had cool
Hold on.
time.
Coming from a nigga that said 100% of niggas ain't shit.
Yeah. But I said, like, the name is the women, so shit. I give everybody equal blame. Shit. We are all equally to blame. I don't think I can't cause you to be something that you ain't already got something
Tell
to
the
do.
truth on here, man. Come on now.
Telling the truth, fam.
No, sir.
I 65%.
That's real. That's real.
We savages out here, good.
Hey,
Used to be some savages.
Yeah.
You preference the shit out there.
Yeah, preference that
As
shit.
older you get, the
Yes,
more
yeah,
mature
older
you
you
get,
get, more
you
mature you
recognize
get.
the error of your ways.
Straight up.
And I'm sure you apologize to the women that you hurt.
Yeah.
I already know. I know it. Cool. It's on you, baby. Hey, money ain't bullshit today.
Hey, I forgot. Hey, I done flipped. What's the topic with the Ace Money that went in and confessed how he was ain't shit?
Cool, you done did that shit, bro.
You confess.
How much do men contribute to women not being shit? That's when Harry lost his damn marbles off.
Yeah, let me. I don't want to go down that hole he went down.
No, buddy. I ain't gonna say come on, nothing, nigga. You a damn lie. No, sir. No, it's not. No, sir. No.
But man, are we talking about like relationship wise, or like maybe they got daddy issues?
Man,
or
just
we
in
just
general,
talking
cuz.
about
Fuck
dating?
all these excuses, just in general. It's damn what Harold talking about.
Hey, cuz I'll say, man, probably about 70%.
Told you.
70% what?
It's business.
Right.
It's niggas' fault, cuz.
Nah,
And like
cuz
the
some
only-
people just
he
ain't.
went-
Some people just ain't shit. Some people just ain't shit, man. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody influencing them, but nobody doing nothing to them. Like it's ain't shit better than this moral.
And you saying that's only about 30% of them women, right?
Yeah, about 30, about 70% of these niggas that got hold to them and did something wrong.
Wow.
They're passing the book around here.
Wow.
Colors of y'all.
Hey man, listen. Hey, cuz listen.
But dog, just like a female can feed into a nigga not being shit, like dog, niggas feed
Yeah.
into broads not being shit, cuz. Like niggas enable that shit. Like dog, we've enabled that shit. All of us that enabled that shit.
Enable what?
That's not enabling, bro.
What do we been
Dog, we enable, condone, all that shit,
I ain't
cuz.
condoning. That's not enabling or
I'm
condoning.
Women
bro.
not being shit.
Can
No.
you give me an example? No, I'm saying when you say we've been able to condone them not being shit. Like
I'm a
you
one
saying.
too, motherfucker.
Bruh, we enable that shit, dog.
No, I'm saying. I
Oh,
get,
what's the example?
I'm saying how.
Let us know how, bro.
How we've enabled a woman to not be in shit.
Because in order for you, well, what you and Coop to be saying is, out of the women who ain't shit, 70% of them, rounding up again, were good, wholesome women going into all of this shit.
Possibly will.
Ain't no possibly, nigga. You just said they were.
Straight up.
What's that example,
The
brother?
niggas just got hold of them.
Yeah, what's that example?
That's a weak motherfucker then.
What's that example, brother?
Like straight up. Like we hype the broads up on social media. in order for niggas to get assed out, they'll overhype a broad just to get that shit. Like they'll do whatever to do that shit, and you know the broad ain't shit or none of that shit like that. But you just looking at it for one goal. But
No,
like
sir.
I said, that is right because you got the female thinking that she's higher than she's ever is. And cause like she ain't shit.
She on Instagram,
but you got the nigga enabling all of this.
Instagram half naked.
And cause them double taps is enabling that motherfucker to put up.
No, it's not. Cause she already know she has shit. Cause if she was, she would have her ass to the camera half naked, nigga. That's for attention.
Niggas play.
That's what you call a thirst trap.
Niggas play, and who the niggas thirsty?
Man.
Majority of these niggas.
Go ahead, brother Coop.
Majority of these niggas is enabling that shit, dog.
Go ahead, brother Coop.
I mean, we just talked about it, Brother Clark. We just talked about the situation.
Don't lie on me now.
Yeah. Man, nah, boy, don't you do that.
What you say, Cody?
Nigga trying.
What you say, Cody?
Nah, nigga just said that he knew the nigga didn't mean no good. That's
But that's true. But I said equally, men and women ain't shit. I ain't just saying like I know dudes that don't mean women no good, but I also know women that don't mean men no good. So I mean, that shit equal to me.
I ain't got no issue with that. I mean, I said 65% the other week. So shit, it ain't no huge gap. Both parties have accountability as far as what's going on both sides. There ain't nobody sitting up here
I don't give them no pass. I don't, cause just like women
Give
have
them
been
no
hurt.
pass.
I'm saying as far as like with women, as far as men getting hold to them and making them a certain way, I don't agree with that. Because I think if a woman, as far as for me getting hold to a woman, just say you quote unquote hurt her, like shit, that shouldn't make you not be a person that you was. You know what I'm saying?
I'm finna be a savage out here too.
Yeah, just say you do that, but damn, that ain't your makeup. You know what I'm saying? That ain't your character. You know what I'm saying? Assuming that shit ain't. Nah, that shit was in you. That's something you want to do any motherfucking way. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. You want to fuck these 2 and 3 niggas at the same time. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me.
Oh, you talking about just thought now, yo.
Nah. I'm talking about whole not being shit.
I mean, man, we could say that, but shit. I mean, everybody got to be held accountable for their actions.
Not being shit.
But you also got to look at the influence that people put on people. We can't sit up here and give society credit on some things, and then not want to, and then don't want to take, and then want to sit up here and pass the buck of the blame around.
I'm not passing the buck. You guys are saying that men are the cause for 3/4 of the women. As far as we talking about black people, men are the cause for 3/4 of black women being the way that they are. And I'm saying that ain't no motherfucking truth to that. No, sir. I'm like, nah. We've seen women be scandalous as fuck with dudes that they had as boyfriends, the dudes that they've had as husbands, all that shit. So if it's that bad, if it gets to that point, why not just fucking leave? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not just leave and do that shit on your own accord?
That's another man's fault?
That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. If I'm doing something that's not making you happy or you don't want to be with me, then just don't fucking be with me.
You ain't never been a side nigga?
You know what I'm saying?
We've talked about everybody.
It was the husband or boyfriend fault.
All people got
at that point for being a side.
I'm not questioning who. I'm not judging you, brother. I'm just
that's what I'm
asking
saying,
you. But whose fault was it that you decided?
But that's what I'm saying as far as like.
Okay, so I got a question.
Okay, listen. I've been a side nigga.
I got a question for all 3 of y'all. As a matter of fact, let's just say you like what was the movie 50 Shades or something.
50 Shades of Grey?
I haven't seen the movie. I just heard about it. This is what I got from it.
Real deal, boy.
But it was freaky as shit.
A lot of shit, man.
Right.
She was freaky as shit.
But nah, she wasn't. She was virgin.
She was a virgin?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many?
She's a virgin. I know he turned her out.
He turned out?
I think she was a virgin.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think she was a virgin. Like,
Okay.
the nigga just turned her ass out.
So let me ask you a question. In relation to that movie, how many times have you met a woman, or like you talking to one of your pilots and he's dealing with a woman, and that woman is extra fucking freaky, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think somebody turned her out, or she was just freaky any motherfucking way? Meaning whether somebody brought it out of her, like, let's just say she wasn't openly freaky going into a relationship or a situationship, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think it was always dormant in her, or she just got exposed to some shit and
I
like
think
boom.
most of them had
It
them
might have been
fantasies,
dormant.
man.
Yeah.
So say again,
Most of them
brother.
had that. Most of them had them. They'll tell you that shit.
Yeah.
They had them fantasies. They
And
tell you
just
that
they
shit.
acted out on them, right?
Yeah.
But given the opportunity, they gonna take off like a fucking
That's
rocket.
the same thing with women that go through their whole phase, the dudes that go through their whole phase. They have a fantasy of dealing with multiple women, multiple dudes at the same time. But then after a lot of people, once they get that out their system, they revert back to where the fuck they
my
try to
point
be.
is, if somebody even brought it out of you, it was always in you to begin with. So if you wasn't shit, baby, this nigga so-called brought it out of you, it was always there, if that's the case.
But you have a lot of women that sit up there and stay in shit way longer than they need
Yeah,
to.
but that's
opposed to
their
how long
fault.
a nigga would stay in the
that's
shit.
their fault.
What they gotta do with anything?
I'm not sitting up here saying that it ain't
Yeah, but
their
I
fault,
mean,
but,
I'm not-
but we can't exclude how that shit play a factor into how the fuck they feel
But
when
yeah,
they finally leave.
You got some that stay longer than they should, and you got some that leave faster than they should. You just talked about it.
I
As far
did.
as on the last topic, as far as women that leaving situations that they've had and they dedicate their life to for better for worse, that leave situations they don't want to fight. They give up too early.
But we done talked about how like they're not even going into marriage right though at that point though.
Man, listen, I've said on this show numerous times, and I'm going to
Man, y'all
continue to say
niggas
it.
play a major part in
I'm
this
going to
shit,
continue
dog.
to say this. If you cheat, if you do some underhanded shit, it's because you wanted to.
Yeah, but you just
know-
try to rationalize the shit.
Yeah, you
right?
can't-
So if I'm
you
with,
can't do that.
If I'm with Sheila and I'm fucking Sheila and Sheila found out that I was cheating on her, right? As opposed to Sheila just leaving, Sheila go fuck another nigga. I didn't make Sheila do that. Sheila could have just stopped fucking with me.
No, you didn't make shit.
Yeah, Sheila could have just stopped fucking with me because when it fucked the nigga, she
I'm
wanted to
not-
fuck anyway. I'm saying I'm not giving Sheila that fucking pass. I'm not doing it.
Clark just
You ain't gotta give Sheila.
You, but I'm
like,
saying
you
no.
ain't gotta
You
give
what you
Sheila
say,
that
Coop?
pass, but
What you say, Coop?
I don't think, like me personally on that, I'm not saying that that men do that, but I also feel like a lot of actions that men do influence women to go down some of those holes.
Yeah,
We can't sit up here and
I think
we sit up here and we
Clark
sit up
just
here
hanging on.
and we sit up here and say that, and we sit up here and say this shit all day. How much we both have said that men and women ain't shit. There's no arguing on either side that we both have said that. But I think women do a lot of scandalous shit, but I think men just do as much scandalous shit as women do, and that shit do affect a lot of shit.
We get that, but y'all niggas ain't saying just as much. Y'all saying that 3/4 of these women are wholesome and niggas done ruined them. And I'm telling you,
I'm not saying,
I don't believe
I'm
that
not
shit.
saying that I'm not saying nobody wholesome. I'm saying that nigga that you could get a hold of, woman, wholesome or not wholesome, and some of the shit that you might do to them, because we know that people are mentally fragile or emotional and things like that, and nigga, that shit fucks some people up. Just like men, like I was saying that 65% last week, that some of the shit that fuck niggas up. Like, dog, you can't exclude the shit that when you do something to somebody, we saying we feel, but we don't know that shit mentally fuck with some people and fuck their life up.
Number one.
Like, nigga, we know niggas who ain't shit get a hold to some women, not saying that they wholesome, nigga, and fuck their whole life up because they know they, like we were saying, if you ain't shit and you don't want none, why can't you be honest enough and tell that woman that you ain't shit instead of fucking with her and fucking her head up?
If the question was how much do men contribute to women being bitter, that's a hell of a question, and that's a whole nother number. That's a whole nother number that's going to get produced. But that's not the question. And secondly, the woman has to be wholesome going into the situation with niggas when she's continually getting fucked over, and it sways her way of thinking as it relates to how she approaches men and situations with men. She has to be. So there is no way on the face of this planet that either one of y'all can make me understand or agree with women, that many women are wholesome going into nothing. Only because we've been in situations as it relates to, okay,
What's your
you
definition of wholesome?
meaning they
I'm just about to say, like, what's
Yeah, what's your definition of wholesome? Because like I don't expect no woman to sit up here and just be like holier than thou or some shit though. Like I expect a woman to sit up there and have a past or some shit. But even with them having that past, like they do, it is a lot of situations, bro, like where they be with a nigga and like they really try, like dog, they stick that shit out. Niggas cheat on them constantly. They still stay there, still not doing shit. And like dog, they beat at that shit too long. And then here, by the time they do break away, I'm not looking on it at like the sex aspect of it. I'm just talking about like
just changing their whole mindset. Like they don't want to get they all to the next nigga. Like they don't want to put that shit up for because they dealt with that shit with a nigga for like 6-7 years. Granted, it's her fault for being there by herself.
That leads to
like
her
it's
being
her,
cautious.
it's her fault for staying there that long.
No,
but damn,
that
felt
ain't
like
the
the
same
nigga
thing, bro.
played a huge role in the fucking that shit
that
up.
would lead to her being cautious and being very.
It's a real deal thing.
Hey, for real, you on some? Woo, man, you tough today. That would lead to her being more careful going into the next situation, not cheating and fucking over the next nigga.
I'm not, but dog, it's more than just women not being shit than them just sitting up here cheating, dog. That can lead her to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna fuck with this nigga to get money out this nigga, fuck with this nigga to get this, fuck with this nigga to get that. She don't want to be committed to nobody else.
So you telling me
simply
being cheated on produced all of that?
For women, hell yeah.
Man, hell no.
All right, dog. You crazy if you think that shit don't.
So getting cheated on turns you into a gold digger?
Dog, I'm not saying you misconstrue. It's not the gold digger part.
I
Okay, listen. If she don't want to give her all, and she don't want to be committed and all of this shit and all that, dog, that shit would play a factor. Dog, like I can't subscribe to how that shit'll make a broad feel. But dog, if I gave my all to a broad 6-7 years. And I'm talking about I'm doing everything I need to do. I know this bitch out here doing whatever, and I'm still looking past that shit. From the moment that I move on, nigga, I would be a fucking savage. Cause I dealt with that shit for so fucking fuck that.
Cause that's some weak shit.
Dog, man, you
You
crazy
might
as
just let her
fuck,
put her
man.
hand up your ass, you be her puppet.
No,
you
man.
can't let nobody else pay for
Hell
somebody.
no,
You
man.
can't let nobody in the future pay for what somebody else did in the past.
Hell no,
That don't make no motherfucking sense.
We've talked about that. Like it
No.
ain't such and such.
I'm not sitting up there saying that shit is right.
Yeah, but I'm
I'm not
just
saying
ain't
that
nobody-
shit right, but that
ain't
shit
nobody
is
saying
gonna make
right or
you
wrong.
feel the way, dog. That shit gonna make you like you
It's
gonna
fine.
look at shit different.
So why-
You gonna move
But I'm
different.
saying, why not just be by yourself and do that shit?
I would.
Hello, world.
Technically, I'm still by myself.
No, you
I'm
ain't
just
what you
getting what the
said,
fuck I
Harold.
want out these motherfuckers.
That ain't being by yourself, nigga. Leave people alone and fucking
Let me
other
be by
people.
myself. I'm still by myself. I'm solo dolo.
Boy.
Cuzzo,
Yes, sir.
it's on you. You answered the question.
I'm solo dolo, girl.
No, sir, I have not. I'm on the mindset of what you said. I don't believe that you can tie what somebody else did into how you reacted. It's more so like you're saying, I'm gonna get you back. Or you know what? Not even I'm gonna get you back.
You ain't even getting the right.
Yeah, it ain't.
I don't
getting
even
this
think
nigga
it's
back.
a
You-
point.
It's more
I don't
so.
even
Hold
think
on,
it's
bro.
a point of
Hold
you getting the
on.
person back, though.
Let me finish. It's more, you can even say it as, you know what? I've learned from this. Since this nigga was this way, I'm just gonna be this way too.
Yeah.
That's a child's way of thinking.
That's not being
Hold
there.
on, bro.
Like,
y'all
that
had
shit-
y'all
that
had
shit
y'all
would make you
turn.
put up
Let
a wall,
me
though.
finish, cuz y'all had y'all turn.
Yeah,
Let
but
me
we've-
finish.
Like, you
But-
can't.
but
I
I'm
don't
saying-
even sit up
But
there.
I'm saying we've
You know,
talked.
I'm just gonna let y'all
I'm
talk.
saying, but we've talked
Y'all
about as far as trying to have men and women break down walls that previous people done. We was like, cuz ain't nobody doing that shit.
And then y'all the same niggas who said y'all wasn't gonna stick around for it.
But we've also sat there and said that we would have to try to find out where the shit came from, what the fuck led to that shit, and he
What?
like, we
Who
would-
said that?
Dog. I know I said this
Okay,
shit.
okay.
I know I said it, and I said like, yeah, I would try to get past that shit, but if I can't get past the shit, then I just can't fucking get past it. I'm gonna cut ties and that's just it.
But that
like,
doesn't
dog,
make
it ain't
any
no
sense,
way
sir.
that you finna sit up here and say you would not. Like, dog, that shit would make you change.
Are you done?
That shit would make you change.
Are you done?
Y'all got it, dog.
I appreciate it. To finish answering the question, I think that's a child's way of thinking. To let somebody else dictate how you think, how you move, and what you react to, we too old for that shit. There is no way I'm going to let a woman tell me that I'm going to make you pay for something somebody else did. This man fucked over me. He broke my heart. He cheated on me. He scammed me. And not, nigga, I'm finna send your ass through the ringer. No, ma'am, you're not. Because number one, I'm not fucking stupid. And number two, you should be old enough to move past that shit. Man, what you were doing is a decision. I get every action is a reaction. I get it. Now, if you were to tell me that, hey, listen, I'm going to be more cautious in the steps I take with you as it relates to what happened again, because I don't want to repeat the few. I don't want the history to repeat itself. I get that. Learn from your mistakes. But to say, as coherent as you can possibly be, that I am too going to start fucking over niggas because I once was too fucked up, no, ma'am. You not finna slide in here with that shit. I don't see how anybody else would let you okay that. You know, I don't see how anybody else would okay that for you. Like, that don't make no goddamn sense to me. I believe that whatever you do it because you want to. I've been on the show saying 100 goddamn times. When the person cheat, it ain't because of what motherfucker doing at the house, what they not receiving at the house. It's because you wanted to. Because what you were telling me is, if you cheat on somebody and it's because you weren't getting affection at home, you go out and do it somewhere else. You have the option of saying no. You have the option of not entertaining. There are too many steps it takes to cheat for you to have the conscience, the frame of mind to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do this. You wanted to. So if this woman goes out and she cheats on me based off what happened in the past, nah, you cheat on me because you wanted to. Because what you're saying is, I got fucked over. I meet this guy. He's a great guy, but you know what? I'm a savage now because of what the other nigga did. That don't even add up. That makes no sense. No motherfucking well. Hold on, brother.
But the majority that y'all basing this shit on is just simply cheating, though. That it's a whole plethora of the shit. I'm not just
placing it on cheating. If a woman is single. If a woman is single and she's leading this man on, she's leading that man on, she's not being honest with this nigga, she's not being honest with that nigga because of what some other nigga did, she already had it in her.
On the cool, like a nigga, bro, I know in my situation, I was honest with them hoes. Was dead ass honest with them because I'm not finna be in a relationship. This is why I fuck with you. This is why I do that. Them bitches still chose to stay and fuck with me.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
You another lie.
What I'm telling you is, if I fuck over you as a woman, if I do you real dirty, man, and you go out here and start to just being whoever it is you're gonna be, being super savage, it wasn't because of me. It wasn't because of me.
I'm not just sitting up here saying super savage, dog, but what I'm saying is, dog, that shit affects them to where, like, they don't even look at a nigga like that. Like, they kind of think that a nigga's gonna always fuck them over.
Being cautious is one thing, fucking over niggas is another thing.
Let's move on. Do men want women to challenge them to do better? That's Brother Coop topic. Go ahead, Brother Coop. Do men want women to challenge them to do better?
I think some men do. I think some men don't. I don't have no percentage on that if you looking for one, but I think I know some men do want a woman who can help better them, but I also think some men are prideful, egotistical, and feel don't want that because they might feel like a woman's trying to change. They might look at it as a woman changing them or trying to make them be something that they truly not truly understanding what she's trying to tell them or what she's trying to help them be. So, I think it takes a person with a good mind, strong understanding of self and character to understand those situations. But I still think though, it is a lot of men out here who feel that because of the simple fact that feeling like, oh, she changing me, she don't want me to be she don't like me for who I am, but don't want me to be who I want to be now. I think too, you have to understand the fine line of trying to make somebody better and just trying to change that person just because of that's something that you like. So I think that's the discussion that has to be had when you two sit down and talk about it. But I think that there's still a tug of war with it because of the simple fact, like I said, dealing with ego and dealing with people feeling like they're not enough. Like that's probably what goes in a lot of men's heads when a woman's trying to help them or trying to help better them, feeling like, hey man, she's trying to change me or she don't appreciate me for who I am. So I think some men get it, I think some men don't. I mean, I've been in situations where I've had women help better me as a person. And I also had those situations where I've had women who wanted to just change me because, they thought who I am and what I am, you know what I'm saying, wasn't cool. So, you got to be able to have some type of discernment to tell the difference between the two. But I think that most men should try to open their eyes up. Men, I ain't gonna say most, but men should open their eyes up to, seeing, understanding what the difference is. Now, it's on you to decipher between the two.
All right. Kozo.
I think Cody got a good point, man. I think a lot of this has to do with pride. Men are too prideful to learn from somebody or to allow somebody to help them be better at whatever it is they're trying to do in life. I think that men feel attacked, or sometimes men can become very combative when a woman, not necessarily challenging them, but, trying to get them to up their standards, up their way of thinking, I guess in so many words, upgrade them as a whole. I think that they feel insufficient. They feel as if they aren't good enough. And with the egos men have, that can strongly play into how they, I guess in this case, not receive what that woman is saying. And don't get me wrong, a lot of it has to do with delivery. You can't just openly challenge a man and challenge his manhood, but there are subtle ways to do it. There are ways you can do it and be tactful in the process. But I don't think a lot of men want that. Me personally, the conversation I've had with a lot of cats, Everybody doesn't desire to learn. If they do, they don't desire to learn from their mate. They rather learn from life experience or mentor or one of their partners or some shit like that. They don't want to feel insufficient to a woman. Like we've discussed on the show, men not wanting to deal with a lady who makes more money than them because they relate money to power. Well, how many men are willing to be the woman who's more educated than them, who's naturally smarter than they are, who has a larger mental capacity or wider mental capacity than they do? A lot of men aren't very welcoming to that, so I'm going to go with the lesser.
H Money.
Nah, man, we talk about majority on the show, dog. Majority of men don't want that shit. Just like everybody that sat there and said, dog, they look at that shit like the woman is trying to up me and all of that shit, but they need to understand, like, dog, your woman is supposed to know your strengths and your weaknesses, and like she should be trying to make your weaknesses also one of your strengths. It's all just about just sitting up there listening to what she's saying, man, and just kind of just taking heed to it and just trying to move in the right direction. But niggas don't want to do that shit. Pride is a factor in that. Ego is a factor into that. Like, why? Like, hell no, you're not finna tell me what to do, all of this and all of that. But niggas just get defensive and they don't look at the reason why the female is actually like trying to bring change to them. I don't think a female, I don't think a female would try to change a nigga for worse. She'll try to change it for the better. And if like men looked at that from that aspect, then you'll probably have more men that will be open to it. But females, they just like Koopman said, man, it'll be about, oh no, she trying to change me. Oh no, I've been this way. Why you just sitting up here bringing this up now? All this and all that. Then you just got the nigga just overthinking a little bit too much than what it really just is. When just technically she's just trying to make you better. But you already got niggas that think they're the best. So.
All right, well, that's tough stuff. Listen, man, we definitely I want to get my commentary, but we out of time, as always. Thanks for choosing for another edition of Two. I am Peak Lil Too Cold. Roll Tide.